There he is.
Yeah.
Tank in the building. Cernot, good to see you, buddy. Yeah, man.
Make sure my sign's good here.
Howdy, y'all.
Just got that today in the mail.
Dude, I saw something in a thrift store the other day, man, and somebody had it in their hand. It's like a Magic 8 Ball, but like a redneck version of it. It says "You reckon" on it or something, or "How do you reckon?" or something like that. I was like, "Yeah, Russell, good to see you. See you guys."
Sam,
Yeah,
how's your baby doing? Well, he's probably not a baby no more.
It's good. He's right here. You want to see him?
Sure.
It's like pulling a rabbit out of a hat.
Just magically appears.
He's just been biting at ankles.
Crawling all over the place.
Yeah, man. He found his legs. He's just been super mobile. So
He's teething.
we tried to cut his hair, messed up. So wife couldn't stand it and just made me shave his head bald. So
It'll grow back.
Yeah, he's rocking the Shaolin monk look.
They have a little robe for him he wears sometimes.
He's still cute.
Say thank you. Just like I love rubbing his head. It's the best. It makes him so mad.
When's a year old?
Coming
June. Up pretty much,
June 5th. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Time flies, don't it?
It does. And then another one. I mean, he's just like he doesn't sit still.
Hey, Sean, good to see you, man.
What up, Sean?
Aaron, good to see you, man. Yeah.
Have a baby channel. Everybody have babies on here.
Shoot,
Hey, what'd you do for the game?
Huh?
What'd you do for the game?
What'd I do for the game?
I sit on my fat tail watching the game.
That's it. Sit on our butts and watched it in the bed because it was like late.
I knew at 10:30 my time. I saw a Instagram coming through. I was like, "Bro, you up late?" He's like, "Yeah, national championship."
I mean, I was like,
that's basically me. It's like one eye open, like one eye closed. I'm like, okay, it's over. I can sleep now.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Rooster Boy, check it out, man.
Hey, there you go. Howdy, y'all.
He sent us that.
Yeah, he's the one that sent that to us.
Howdy, y'all.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Brandon in the house as well. Got the roll tide going. Mr. Bill, good to see you. Mike, what's up, man?
What's going on?
Yeah, he brought the nemesis of Mr. Bill on his little thing. Something is wrong with his sound.
Can you not hear us?
I hear something now. It sounds like a little fan or something.
It's like dead quiet here.
Yeah.
Weird.
You think it's our computer?
It could be.
Something's wrong with his sound, or is it just me?
Can you still hear it?
No, it's gone.
It may have been our computer then.
Yeah, it sounded like a fan going.
I think my laptop kicked on and it's right in front of the camera.
Oh, I got you.
Can you hear it?
Nah, it's gone.
You got a turbine for a fan?
Yeah.
Undoubtedly. One of them 1976 laptops, man.
It ain't done it. It's a cool laptop.
It's one of those like pull starts, right?
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah.
I've got some of them laying around. Oh, man. Yeah, the owner of Radio Shack, I talked to him today. He's got some more of those TSR computers. The old Tandies.
You mean you still have a Radio Shack?
Not anymore.
That's what I said.
Brandon seen one down in Georgia still open.
They said the guy said there's still 450 in the country. But You might want to go see them.
I think you Carrollton or somewhere, Cedartown, something.
Cedartown, I think.
Yeah, I mean they're obviously like this dude said he opened his in 1978. So
Way before my time.
We had a video rental store here in our town, and they just went out of business 15 days ago.
what?
Like one of the last ones in the country, man.
That's crazy. They have
I
a
was sad to
Blockbuster that's still open as an Airbnb. You can rent it out and stay the night and watch movies in there. Like they have it still set up with a shelving
that'd
and
be
all that
cool.
stuff. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, I remember the old rental places way out where my grandmother lives. They had one that looked like it was in a shed like this, like that I'm in now. And you'd go in there, be kind, rewind.
Same cat behind you.
This cat?
I don't know. I just seen something like a tail or
you
something
see the
behind
cat
him.
right
No,
there.
like it went behind his shoulder.
But
That's a
then
cat?
it jumped up there.
But I just didn't know what it was.
I mean, we have a couple of cats. I like to lurk around. They like to try and like go back and eat the plants. They've been puking up leaves like for the past week. It's been great.
But that's
It's
fun
like
to
poisonous to them. They keep eating. They're like, no problem. I'm like, oh my god, stop.
Oh, man. Gosh. That's why you got the cactus barrier so it can't come up there by you. Those things. Star City Picker, good to see you.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. Got the little mini me on tonight.
Apparently, I was like this hyper when I was little.
Oh yeah.
Which means it'll be good. I'm trying to think like, all right, get it out of your system now. Maybe you'll mellow out by the time you're like 13. I can wait it out for 10 years.
Yeah.
You say that now.
You gonna come in one day, man. He's gonna be perched up on top of the refrigerator.
Dude, my mom used to put like, because she used to work nights, she used to put like a padlock, a couple of bolts, and a chain lock on the door so I wouldn't get out because I was kind of like in a bad part, like in the like outer parts of Boston. Didn't matter. Like I would like stack stuff on top of stuff and like get a spatula and like unhook everything. I'd be out. And it's like 4, you know. One time I like had the cops like escort me back home. They just thought I was like a missing kid. That's a great day.
Hey, Traveling Salvation. Good to see you guys.
Sorry.
Justin in the house. Good to see you. Courtney, you guys are close now, ain't you?
Yes.
About ready for a Crimson appearing?
Could be as soon as Tuesday.
Oh, man.
Oh, I was gonna say, how are you feeling?
I'm tired.
Yeah.
Ready for it to be over with.
I'm tired too, man. She makes me tired.
Yeah, I'm already dilated, so we'll see Tuesday.
Oh, dude.
Hey,
Yeah.
Sam might have a swimming pool you guys could use if you need.
Yeah, man.
Colton and Brandon talk about that, and I said, ain't happening.
Homeburn? Bro, man. Yeah.
You'd be hollering, blue 42, blue 42.
Not happening.
Give me some rope and vice strips. We're gonna get this done.
I think Colton's a good center, man.
Let's not encourage him, Sam. He doesn't have your background.
We're like 45 minutes away from the hospital too. So if something happens, it's gonna be Colton on the side of the road, buddy.
I see it more like just cliche, just like you're freaking gunning down the road as fast as you can.
I told him, I said, don't even stop. If you got cops behind you, don't even stop. Just keep going.
Yeah, I mean, right?
They're basically escorts at that point.
Like they'll know when you get to the hospital and I'm out with a car.
Yeah, we're going to the hospital. Come on with.
Yeah. Have your arm out the window. Come on. Like, that's wild. Hey, Jeff, eBay Addicts. Good to see you, man.
Twin girls.
Yeah, Justin, Courtney's pregnant. Like, she's getting ready to have a baby. He said, "Are you guys sick? I missed it. Are you okay?"
I'm about to pop.
A midwife challenge.
Oh, man. Yeah, that'd be wild.
I get it done.
You know, we talked about having you guys back on because, as we were talking earlier, obviously things have been, it's been a minute since we've caught up with you guys as far as on our interview. Obviously, we follow what y'all got going on outside of this, but for people that don't know, when we first met Colton and Courtney, actually when I first started watching their channel, it was like maybe 200 subs, something like that. Weren't many. My buddy Ken said, "Hey, you got to check these rednecks out," and so I started watching those guys, and then got to know them. I've had a chance to meet them in person and hang out in their town actually a little bit, so that was cool. But you guys are starting some new adventures since we've seen you last, not just Crimson, but they're opening a store, like looking to do that, future plans. So I guess we kind of let you guys do that. I think there's a lot of people in the chat that know who you are, but there may be a few that don't. So if y'all want to share a little bit on that.
We're opening up a brothel. No, I'm just No, I'm Colton. It's my wife, Courtney. We resell full time on eBay and Amazon mainly. And we had the shop we're in now just set up for strictly like eBay and our normal Amazon type stuff. And then we started doing that. Well, then the neighbor next door to us had a dry cleaning business. And then she went out of business due to nobody dry clean the clothes anymore. I mean, who does that?
And the word we can't say.
That the pandemic. So she went out, and our building and her building actually connect. We got a center door here, but it was never used, So we opened that up, and then we're turning our old place, which y'all see on the YouTube, into a buy, sell, thrift shop type place. And the back side of her building is huge. I mean, it's, how big do you think it is? 2,000 square foot?
I don't know.
1,500 square foot, something like that.
Go look on our channel, you'll see it.
And the back side of it's like a warehouse type space, but it isn't heated or cooled because it was cleaners.
Keep your hand out of my head.
Well, I'm trying to point to it like they can see it. And
you're just getting closer and closer.
And it's not heated and cooled, but we're planning on getting into more buying storage units, and that way we'll have a place to sort through the stuff, what we want to just flip inside the shop, cheaper items, bigger items, and what we want to put online. So, I mean, that's what we got coming up in the near term. But the main reason we wanted to open this place up wasn't necessarily to be able to sell stuff, but we want to have another opportunity to buy stuff, and that's everything whenever you're in our kind of business, selling online is, you can do everything right, but if you don't have the good stuff to list and sell, I mean, what are you doing, So just another avenue, especially with everything going on nowadays. With this past year, everything been closed down, and
this new year with everything going on.
Yeah, people need money, I mean.
Yeah.
So that was the main reason behind it. And people think, well, it is a pandemic, and there's talks of another shutdown coming up soon. I mean, they've already been talking about that. So if that happens, well, people say, what are you gonna do? You're not. I mean, the position we're in now and the price we're paying, we don't have to open up. We'll be fine even if we don't open up. So in case of a pandemic, we probably won't open the thrift store side of it yet, but we'll still be able to buy out of the front lobby.
It's funny, like we had a local business here that run a thrift shop, and they said like when the police came out to talk to them about essential, non-essential, they filed their paperwork, but the guy basically said, hey, put some loaves of bread in there and you can stay open. That's what
Yeah.
it said.
During the top shutdown here, nothing actually shut down here. I mean,
Yeah.
nobody enforced it, but with it still being, the pandemic going on, there's two different. Even if you're not shut down, how many people is actually going to get out and
Yeah,
chance it?
moving around.
You know?
Right.
And then, do we want a chance interacting with all these people throughout the day? So we was pushing to open up right now, middle of January, but then we decided to back before Christmas to push it till after the baby's born, just so we don't expose Courtney to anything, because she don't need to get the coronavirus, right here giving birth. So
No, Kent. Kristen's not here yet.
Can't.
But
Yeah, that would be.
But we're looking forward to
To leave
it.
suddenly, you know what's going down. Like we're.
If y'all don't send no videos or hear from us for a couple of days, you know what happened.
I have been. That's one thing we've been trying to do too, knowing that it's coming. Is I've been trying to get a bunch of videos like logged, so we can release something while we're away. And
Yeah.
it's hard to do.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, I know neither one of us have really put out much content other than I do lives, but and Sam's here with me, but we've definitely
we were going hard for a while, and then
Christmas we slacked off a little.
and then we kind of slowed down, took some advice, to slow down how much we're putting out. And then at that point I started to get lazy because it was like, well, I don't need to put nothing out for 3 more days. I'm fine, And then, and y'all know this, if you're doing YouTube, especially being a reseller, the YouTube pushes you to want to do more, because if you're not doing stuff on this side, you have nothing to film,
Yeah.
So if you're slacking on the YouTube, then you're like, well, if I'm not putting up a video, I got nothing to show. What am I, doing? I don't need to do this today. I can do that tomorrow. So then that kind of started the snowball effect. And then by the time Christmas got here, I was like, I need a break. I'm done. So then we just kind of called it quits for a little bit.
Can't answer your question. It is no.
Maybe.
No.
Yeah. All you're gonna see is the phone, and then you're gonna see it static flying across.
A bright hand, and that would be the end of it.
If that.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, it is, man. I mean, you're talking the same thing like what you were saying earlier about the buy. I mean, that's what I've learned from where I was at in the beginning to where I am now, is knowing that, man, you can't, if you're going to be full time with it, there's no way you can get a piece here and a piece there. Like if you're just relying on thrifting, man, you're going to spend half your life thrifting. Ain't enough out there.
Well, that, and if you can't just rely on one thing, even if you got all the great stuff to sell, if you're not diversified in ways to sell the product, I mean, something could happen like happened to us in December with our eBay. And I mean, no fault of our own. Don't know still what happened to this day, but that avenue basically just got shut off for a whole month, So you got to have different ways to get the product, and then you got to have different ways to move the product.
Yeah, when impressions drop like it did for you guys, man. I actually had a little mini drop this week. I've had 2 super slow days. Like after, I mean, I was actually popping $300 days there for a little while, even after Christmas. And yesterday was like 43, and today I'm at like hardly anything, like maybe 30.
I've been seeing that people have been talking about that though, like even on some of the Facebook groups that I'm in, like for a lot of the platforms, I'm seeing a lot of slowdown for folks.
I think it was even more than just our promoted listings. I think they just got us like off. Like just looking at the promoted listing charts from November the 18th to December the 19th, our impressions and clicks went down like 97%. Like we were going from shipping out on the eBay store, we showed 6 to 12 a day to some day, a lot of days, none. You know,
One or two.
I mean, it was crazy. And then I talked to everybody, talked to eBay for business. I done everything I could think to do, rebooting items, you know, stopping campaigns, promoting really high, and then not promoting for a few days, and then, you know, everything I think to do, and nothing. And then on December the 19th, man, they just shot back up.
Yeah, it's weird, man. I mean, I know myself, as heavy as I list, I was like to see even that little dip for me. I think it showed 57% down like the past 3 days on impressions. I was like, what's that about? It's weird. But
Yeah. And if you're like, that really showed, you know, if you're really, you know, needing that income, you're not diversified. I mean, that would sink you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're relying just on that, I mean, it would do you in quick.
Well, that's what I was telling you before we got on the show. I said it's thankful for me. Like this past week, I've sold like 4 or 5 pretty good things on Amazon. So for me, I was like, that's pretty good. You know, take up a little slack for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But slow days last few. Even Rally Roots said they were slow. Had a $49 sale day. That's pretty crazy. I can't. Rally Roots said it.
Did y'all notice any different in sales after the people were getting their stimulus?
I mean, like I said, I was popping off there for a bit. Like really, you know, I had some good days. I actually had a midweek day that I sold $500 on eBay. I was like, what in the world? And it weren't huge items. It was just, you know, I shipped out like 15 in one day. So that was kind of like, guys.
No, I mean, I felt like sales definitely ramped up. Like the day they were like, oh, we're getting our stimulus checks. And then I think it lasted for like, what, 10 days, it felt like for me. And then it just kind of just fizzled.
Well, at least you had 10 good days.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it. I'm not really.
I mean, I couldn't on our eBay store. I couldn't tell if any kind of really good spike on it. Just normal. Well, maybe whenever we sold like them fighting swords and stuff, that was
the only good day.
That was probably the stimulus guy.
Sales.
He said, "I got my stimulus. I'm buying some fighting knives."
Yeah, that happens, man.
January the 5th, man. That's when it happened.
And it's tanked after that day.
Yeah, I had a few solid days, and like I said, just this, you know, past 2, I've been like, what's going on? So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I guess depends on what happens in the future. We still haven't even got our stimulus. They said they mailed it out on the 6th. It must be in that same place that my shipping boxes are at.
That's weird. Do you still have stuff floating out there?
I've got a couple things, yeah, for sure.
Really?
I still got stuff from back before Thanksgiving still out there.
What?
Yeah, I've got one item that shipped out on the 19th of November. It hadn't showed up yet. It's in Baltimore. They're still hanging out.
USPS screwed us.
Yeah, I got like 6 negative feedbacks in like 3 days after Christmas.
Yeah.
Man. And I don't mind the negative feedback because, I mean, whenever it's that situation, it's super easy to get them removed.
Yeah.
But you have to put in the time to call eBay and sit there and wait for 20 minutes and then talk to someone for 15 minutes. I mean, it's just a pain.
Hey, you need to text Kent and get the hotline.
Well, he got that Anchor store or what?
He's got a hotline number now.
You know,
he only charges $19.95 to get it, but I caught the jerkers on a Sunday, man. Sunday afternoon and got a hold of them. In the States. But,
nice.
Yeah.
I lucked out the last one that I had in limbo like just arrived yesterday.
I usually don't even keep up with them, like if they're delivered or not. Once I mail them out, I usually never look at the tracking or anything until I get that item not received case or message.
That's
so
usually
really
what triggers me to it.
Wood could still be out there.
You're still out.
Yeah, I started looking at it when I started getting all those cases popping up, and I was looking at stuff going, "Oh my gosh!" But Red Dirt Picker, eBay doesn't open the cases on those items. Actually, the customer usually does for item not received.
And you can get some real funny
Yeah.
people.
Well, I've had a guy, and I'm pretty sure he's scamming, but I had a guy open a case with his credit card company, item not as described, and he hadn't even got the item yet. And then, yeah, I appealed it. I'm still waiting. eBay said it could take up to 2 weeks to hear back on the appeal. So
it's like, at least wait for the thing to come and then pull your scam.
Yeah, item not described. I was like, yeah, because it ain't even there.
He's like,
I got one from November 26th still out, and it was just going right down the road, like to Birmingham.
Yeah. I mean, I assume all of it. I mean, for Mercari, I can see them because I use pirate ship for a lot of the shipping.
Yeah.
So as you go down, you can see if it's in transit or if it's delivered.
I think that's the latest one I got.
I had a guy like hateful on Macari because I sent them out way before, Christmas, but then they get held up in limbo and he gets it a day after Christmas and he's like, I'm not happy.
No, I got one from November 13th still out.
Mm.
Dang.
That's a long time. I should have heard something from that feller. Unless it was delivered and just never showed, they didn't scan it.
Get tracked back.
Yep.
See what
My problem I've got on mine that's still out there. The guy filed a case, and I called eBay, and they gave me 10 day. Like I basically got a 10-day extension before I have to do something. And obviously, if the guy ain't got the stuff, I have to refund him. And then Tommy did say the other day in his thing that if you do have to refund and the guy gets the item, you can actually go back to eBay and they'll basically charge the guy, is what they say. I don't know. I've never experienced that, but that's what he was telling me. That if they got
I had that happen.
They'll reverse the refund.
I had that happen just a few days ago. Some guy said it, did that, and I refunded him and everything. Then it showed up like the next day, and he sent me a message back. Was like, "Hey, I'm so sorry if I came off rude. The item, what happened was I dropped it off and it never showed a pickup scan. It never showed an update scan or nothing. It was just like not shipped. And it was like a week past when I shipped it. And I told him, I was like, man, I shipped it. I know I shipped it, but I don't know what's happened. So here's your money back. I apologized, And then the next day it just showed up at his house delivered, and he sent me a message back wanting to pay me for it. And I was like, no, dude, you're good. It was like $10, it's fine, whatever. But then that same guy turned around and just bought something else out of my store for around the same price.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Tommy said he's had to reverse so far. Hey, good to see you, Richard.
That's good to know, though. I'll be using that joker. Give me my money.
I know. Well, the one that I had the 10 days on, like I'm like, man, I don't know that it'll get there or not. It's been sitting there. But I've had that same thing like you're talking about too a lot. When all this was going on, for some reason, when I drop it off, now I use Scan Sheet most of the time, and when I drop it off, it doesn't show that. I mean, it just shows basically like that I printed the label. When I drop it off, then it goes. It doesn't scan again till it hits Raleigh, which is our nearest hub, and then once it hits that hub, then it scans like my local post office received it, and that, it's weird. Hashtag eBay life. Hey, Matt, good to see you. Yeah, Tommy, you better not say anything bad about eBay, man. You know how they're trolling the internet now.
They're listening.
Man, they gonna really get me then.
Big brother.
I mailed out some Bath and Body Works. I bought a bunch of Bath and Body Works,
All new.
And it was all new. A bunch of it come from the actual Bath and Body, new from the store. We had some, and Bath and Body Works until very recently they don't seal their bottles. Every once in a while now you'll see some of the plastic seal on them, but most of them for the most part aren't sealed. So they're not sealed. That's how they come, not sealed. And I sent them out to this guy, and you can clearly see in the pictures they're both full. Like I showed everything I could show on these bottles. And he gets them, and he's like sends me a message and was like, "Hey, this bottle was used. There was lotion in the lid." I said, "Okay, they're not sealed. When in shipping, there's gonna be some lotion to get into the lid. There's nothing there to prevent the lotion from going into the lid." And he's like, "You give me a refund right now, $3, or I'm leaving you a negative feedback." And I was like, "Good luck now, Joe. I'm not responding to you anymore."
Yeah. Thanks for leaving that there.
Yeah, thanks for the extortion threat.
Yeah.
Weird.
I always love it when you supply your own ammo.
I mean, he could have had a case, He could have opened it up. I said, send it back for a refund then if you're not happy, And as soon as he said that, I was like, no.
Well, he said one of the bottles was only like 75% full, and no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
So you used it, now you want to return it.
That's money.
You want me to pay you to use it?
No, he didn't want to return it. He just wanted money.
It's sad, man. You deal with so much of that stuff, it seems like.
Like putting up with it, though, for $3. Like, are you that hard off, guy? $3.
Hard times.
If they were that hard, they shouldn't have bought it.
It's funny, man. I've had somebody message me of over 75 cents. So crazy.
Really?
Yeah. There was a lady, it was something like, I think she ordered a bulk lot of CDs for me, right? And so one CD in one of the cases was the thing, and something was going on with it. And so she was saying something about, she goes, "Well, I just want you to refund me 75 cents to cover the difference on that one CD." I was like, 75 cents? That's all you want? Okay.
Wow.
I can handle that one.
Yeah, and so she just reminded me of something. It's important when you do any kind of business, you have processes and things you do muscle memory, if you want to call it that, but processes. So you're doing the things on these things every time. It becomes part of the job. You do things a certain way every single time. Well, every time we sell a disc-based game, I don't care if it's $3 or $100, I throw it in the JFJ before I ever list it and clean it. At least polish it up, What do you say? You say, hold on?
No, go ahead.
Oh, and I had this guy message me. He got like a Minecraft disc for like $15. He was like, "Hey, there's food all over this disc." And I know for a fact there wasn't, because every disc that goes on eBay is cleaned.
But what's funny is he received it that day, like that morning, and then he left that message right after he got it.
And I was like, okay. I told him, all our discs are cleaned and polished in a disc machine. I was like, if it doesn't work, send it back. And right after that, he sent back and says, it doesn't work. I said, okay, you can send it back. I have free returns. And never heard anything else from the guy.
Yeah.
But people like that, they just fish,
Scammers.
They just want to try to pull one over on somebody to get whatever they can get out of them.
Yeah, and sometimes people don't even message you, right? The other side of that is they don't message you. I've had people open up a return. Recently, I had a guy open a return. I just got this unit back. It was a DVD VCR combo. So the guy said the DVD player didn't work. Well, it's an old unit. You got to push the button that changes it to DVD. I was like, dude, you could have saved yourself a lot of time and effort.
Here's your son.
When you're first starting out eBay, it's even worse. When you got hardly any feedback, these people that are fishing for partial refunds.
Oh yeah.
Still to this day, if you get a message about an item, 90% of the time they're fishing. If they don't open up a return or anything, they're not really wanting to return it. They're fishing for money. And I'd say 90% of the time when that happens to us, if we know that, and there's nothing wrong with it or something to that effect that we didn't overlook. I mean, we just say we have free returns and you never hear nothing back from them.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of people
I
that
tell
do
them
the
take pictures
eBay,
and stuff.
they'll freak out and just refund them, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I do now. Like I tell them that, or I'll tell them take pictures of stuff. I was like, oh, did that get damaged in shipping? Can I see the, you know? And then a lot of times you'll hear crickets after that.
Yeah.
Blackberry Thistle,
Yeah.
good to see you. Silver Tide, thanks for coming in. Chris, Cajun Reseller. Craig, Landshark, good to see you, bro. Jimmy in the house. Y'all don't forget, directly following our show, Old School Flips back on the live stream. So
He must be over on the West Coast where it's early.
Colorado. Yeah. So he got that going on.
He's serious.
Traveling Salvation's comment.
Oh my gosh.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, it's funny, man. It is funny.
And there's a lot of them people out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It makes you wonder sometimes, like, is this real life? Like, is there a camera somewhere?
Who's pranking me right now?
What's going on? Is this one of those YouTube
Video
people?
game won't play in my CD player.
Yeah. Hey, I told you about the first one I got. My very first return on a combo unit, an old combo unit. And I took pictures of the whole back of it. The lady said, it won't hook to HDMI. I said, man, that thing's from 1985. Of course it ain't.
remember what color cables are, don't you?
It's like, what is-
I'm waiting till we start to sell these cookies. I guarantee you there are going to be people saying they want to send them back because they were broken. There were cookies that were broken
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
or smashed.
Hey, the crumbs are just as good as the cookie. Just eat
I
it.
guarantee it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. Cajun said there's a reason McDonald's has to put caution. Contents may be hot. Yeah. And still it don't help because they don't read, just like they don't read your description.
You think it would be bad if you started advertising 4K VCRs?
Oh, man. Yeah. That'd be pretty funny. Let me get in on that.
Get your new 4K VCR.
Dude, there's still places, you think that there's not places like that. But, okay, so there's a thrift store. I won't say what town it's in, but it's, a different town than where I live. So I'm out there. I took a guy to it because he didn't believe me. Like, I took him to this thrift store. Well, the thrift store is about as big as my shed. And the middle of it, I mean, like, I got to walk down the aisle sideways, both ways around. Like, it's basically like the center has a table, and that thing is piled as high as about neck deep on me. Like, I mean, not on a shelf, just piled on a table stuff. And you go in there, and I asked the lady, I said, do you have any electronics? She's like, no, honey. She said, we don't have that here. She goes, and I said, well, what about videos or anything? She goes, no, all we have is these VHSs. I was like, man, you sell a lot of these VHSs? She goes, I sell VHSs every day. She goes, these are poor people around here. He said, they use me like a rental store. They buy them, bring them back next week. I'm like, man. I said, well, man, I'll have to look for some because I can bring them your way. I find them all the time. Haul them off for free.
Man, I was noticing Walmart the other day, man, they about got rid of all their media, like DVDs, everything. Like,
Really?
hardly nothing. Yeah.
Really?
Well, here they
Like, they got like an end cap, like where the new releases are.
Mm.
And that's pretty much in the $5 little bin. That's it.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, it's like CDs getting down.
Yeah, that's another thing that ain't around here. CDs. What
They're
else?
few and far between.
They are carrying a bunch more records, though, which is strange.
Ours doesn't really have a whole lot of records. It's got the same as our CD selection.
Well, I mean, the records. Like, who would have
Yeah,
thought
usually
Walmart?
there weren't any records in Walmart for a period of time.
They're probably back on their video games.
They'll
Actual
be bringing
games.
back VHSs in Walmart before we know it.
I know a lot of the
Beta.
actual games are going out and they're putting them cards in.
Got them beta this.
I know. If you go to like Best Buys and some Targets, whenever they do like the 4K like steel books and then the collector's edition releases on Tuesdays, some of them can do really, really well reselling.
Hey, Old School Flips, if you tell her you want it with no ice, you can get a lot more Coke that way because it's cold anyway.
She already knows.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm trying to take this.
Only time I ask for more ice is if it's Sonic ice. It's that little tiny ice.
I was gonna say I like the crushed ice.
That's the only ice that you can ask more of and get away with.
It's basically a slushy at that point.
Yeah.
Vinyl sweat hot.
Ice makes my teeth hurt. Can't do it.
Yeah, my wife likes the Sonic ice. That little.
Yeah. I've been freezing my water and then I bust it up to tiny chunks.
She believes my best yard sale find to this date is we found an ice maker that makes soft ice, like one of those countertop ones. Yeah,
What's
the
soft
word?
ice?
20 points for the
Like
for
a
the
snow,
wood.
like snow cone ice?
What is soft ice? Ain't all ice like hard?
Unless it's
Nah,
snow
this
cone
is
ice.
like it's small. It's not snow cone ice. It's like Sonic ice. Our Sonic sells ice bags, man.
Ours just too.
Yeah, it's like the crunchy
No,
ice,
it
like it's just little pellets. Like it's good.
I can't do nothing cold, man. That stuff lights me up.
Yeah.
We got them bad teeth down here, them Alabama teeth, you know. You know what I'm talking about, Sam?
I know what you're talking about, man. It's all right. We still love y'all, dude. You gotta do the coconut oil pull I was telling you about.
Yeah, I need to.
The what?
You take coconut oil and swish it around in your mouth.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
want
like
you want to
coconut.
film that. You want to film that. Put it on your Dixie Roots.
So, like,
when you gag,
15
Is
minutes.
it bad? Does it hurt?
No,
it doesn't hurt. It takes some getting used to.
It's just like you gotta hold oil in your mouth for 15 minutes. It gets exhausting, you know.
That is nasty. Like,
And that's the thing. It's just you're not used to texture, so then it tastes nasty, or it just feels
it ain't just
nasty.
it's the flavor.
I mean, the
Does it-
flavor's coconut. It's nothing. It's not like whatever.
I don't
but,
like coconut, so
I like coconut.
but it's supposed to help, like, basically catch any bacteria, like moisturize your.
I've been
your
using just
tissues, so.
straight peroxide, man.
Peroxide.
Yeah, I just pour it in there and swish it around, gargle it.
that's what the dentist tells you to do here too.
Are you serious?
Yeah, is that bad?
Yes, it's terrible.
I mean, I go through a bottle about a week.
That doesn't burn you?
I mean, it did the
No.
first few times, but after that, you just take all them nerve in and dry it out.
That's all right.
Yeah. Traveling Salvation uses vodka.
Whatever works.
Jeez.
Let it burn.
Man.
At least your mouth is clean for that.
Yeah, got really, really white teeth. Yeah.
Gosh.
Jeez,
That's
quit
pretty
moving.
That's how they used to whiten teeth back in the day. Like they used to swish around, slosh around bleach.
That's taking this more.
But that's why George Washington needed wooden teeth, because he lost them all from trying to slosh around bleach. That's why I need to chop a tree down and swallow too much bleach.
Emily, that's not what we had Taco Bell for dinner.
I'm fixing to boycott Taco Bell, man. Now they've done away with Mexican pizza.
Mm.
Ain't the same.
That's
Why?
my wife's favorite too.
They did?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they nixed that, man.
And they what else did they take out? They took out quite a few things because they make jalapeno pinor now. They make wine.
They in the wine business.
Mhm.
What?
Yep.
Taco Bell wine.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like jalapeno wine, but
I don't know if it's released yet. It may be released.
It's like jalapeno pinor or something.
Yeah, Taco Bell expanded, man.
$100 as it's coming in a box. It's got to be box wine from Taco Bell. It's box wine.
Right there.
I mean, they're Taco Bell is selling
he used his milkshake to swish around in his mouth. Does that help?
Yeah, it's called jalapeno Nor. However you say it.
Oh my God.
It's in a bottle. That's the reason they did away with the Mexican pizza, because they wanted to go green, and the Mexican pizza boxes was killing the environment. Put my Mexican pizza in a bag, then. I don't need no box.
They got the fatty tissue papers. Wrap it up.
I mean, hand it out the window on the spatula. I'll take it. I don't care.
Motivation. I've heard of baking soda and salt, but not baking soda and bleach.
Oh man. Hey Wendy, good to see you. That is crazy.
Jalapeno.
Gary, man. Good to see you, man.
They're diversifying, you know.
That's crazy. I've never heard of that. Hey.
I think this is a lesson in staying in your lane, man.
Wow.
The 7-layer burrito. They got rid of that too.
The what?
7-layer burrito.
Oh, this is tyranny.
I wasn't very big on that one because it's kind of like a vegetarian option. Like, throw me some chicken in there or something, you know.
Quesadillas are on like hold for right now.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, before you know it, they're gonna be doing hamburgers.
Yo, if they get rid of chalupas, that's it, man.
Emily said Baja Blast wine.
Baja Blast wine. That's what I'm talking about. You make the Baja Blast freeze into a cooler. We're good.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't eat anything at Taco Bell that's discontinued anyway, so I'm good there.
You know, when you pull up through a drive-thru and then give me this, but I want none of this, none of that, add extra this, and then do this to it. What?
He called me a Karen the other day because I did that with a McRib.
What was I? I hadn't gone to Taco Bell in a while because last time I went, I was in Tuscaloosa and they were like, you know, diet soda's bad for you. I was like, you know, my Taco Bell? Not really. When I made the decision to pull through near drive-thru, I really wasn't thinking about my health.
Yeah, I'm not counting calories at this point.
I need to start eating better.
It's like New Year's.
Yeah.
Man.
My brother, Brandon, he was diagnosed for diabetes just a couple days ago.
Oh, no.
What?
Type 2?
I don't know.
I would imagine type 2 probably.
They give him like metformin pills, but his sugar was like 500 and 600, like
Dang.
crazy. So I didn't eat better.
I could care less right now.
Oh man.
I'll have to work it off after she's born anyway, so I'm gonna enjoy it while I can.
Hey, while I got you on here, I need an opinion.
All right.
So, you know, you've been to our shop here, so you know kind of where it's at and how the road is. Do you think like full window graphics and a sign out by the road would be good, or no sign out by the road and just the graphics?
Or just the sign at the road, no graphics.
Yeah, or a sign at the road with no graphics.
Probably depends on how big the sign is, because like, I mean, you guys are pretty close to the road front. Like, people could probably see the sign, but
What's the sign going to say?
You know, Redneck Resale, buy, trade, sale, thrift shop or something.
Bro, I
don't
say
know.
you go full Craigslist Hunter and put the graphics on the window and a sign on the street.
Well, listen, buddy, I ain't made of money. That was only a $600 stimulus. So I can't be going all Craigslist Hunter.
Oh, I didn't know it was on the Sally Struthers budget.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
You
we need
want
to
to
bring
pay me? I'll just spray
Hey, the
paint. I'll-
cheapest possible. Okay.
our old shop we had up here. I actually, for the graphics, because I couldn't even afford the graphics. No, I didn't even. We just went and got stencils and painted it on.
Some plywood.
But I was looking online, and I can get like those, like you see at Bath and Body Works, you know, at outside malls where you can. They're like a screen material they put on the window where you can see out, but you can't see in, and they're graphic. I can get those for like $90 for like a 4x8 that'll take up the whole windows for under $100, you know, $100 right around. So I was thinking about just doing the front 3 windows and huge graphics, you know, Redneck Resale. We're buying like video game, vintage electronics,
Just some random stuff on some windows.
and then maybe something like, I don't know what else,
Hours,
you know, and maybe as seen on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what we
so,
want to do.
I'll tell you something kind of off the wall. So down where we're at, there's actually a school, a high school, that their art class comes and paints on people's buildings and does signs and all that kind of stuff. Kind of weird, but off the wall. But if you're talking about like full window graphic,
Hire somebody. That may be a good idea.
Can you imagine if we ever left this place having to
Yeah,
scrape
if I
paint
ever
off the
left though,
windows?
having to clean it would be bad.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't. We had to clean it when other people left.
Get a
That's true.
pressure washer.
Our windows wouldn't sustain a pressure washer. We just
No.
had one replaced.
If the
You
wind
need
blows.
replacing the window.
Hey, just for that one window, it was like $700. So
I tell you what I would like to do if I had the capital to do it right now is open up a pawn shop, man.
Here you go.
You can make some serious bank.
You need a sign flipper outside the road, pay them with Taco Bell.
I thought the best was put me orders.
I'm gonna have to put up a thing saying, you know, when you come in here, you're subject to being filmed. You know, we may, you know, some kind of legal disclaimer saying we can use them on YouTube. And I'm gonna prank the crap out of some people, man.
You mean like this?
I was thinking about like putting like a 2-way mirror in, and like in a booth or something in here, and whenever they come up, be standing behind it like a It costume and jump out at them like through the mirror.
Oh my gosh.
We won't be in business long. We'll be sued.
Unless you put a sign up strictly saying you are being filmed for YouTube purposes.
Hey,
I ain't
Mr.
lying.
Bill. Mr. Bill's a sign guy. That's what he said.
With both windows and rides.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking to do too. Something because whenever I'm driving down the road, and especially if she's not in the car, I ain't looking over to. Well, I am usually. Most people ain't looking to the right and left. You know, at buildings when they pass them.
Right.
But if it's at the road, it'll kind of hit your peripherals every time you go by. But the window graphics, I'm gonna do them bright, like bright, you know, bold and bright.
Yeah. Hey,
gonna
Danica,
be-
good to see you.
But yeah, I would love to open up a pawn shop.
That's what she said. Danica uses paint on her window, and she said hers came right off with what about on razor blade.
Or whatever the people that before us used was paint in the rear to get off.
Yeah, I was out there like, well, it wasn't really a pain in the rear because I did it wrong. I was out there like scraping this stuff, you know, with a little scraper, and I mean, I was out there for an hour or two, and I was like drenched in sweat. And I come in here to get the Windex to spray what I had done to clean it, you know, and some of the Windex just hit the letters on top of it, and it just melted it, like dissolved it. So I'd been out there scraping all day, and all I had to do was spray it with Windex, and it just come right off.
Well, that's what she
Polka
said. Like if you spray it first, then scrape it, it'll come off. Hey, Far North Thrift, good to have you. Far North Life, sorry. Thinking about thrift stores. Good to have you in here. Talk about Alaska. Probably a little chilly up there right now.
Sure is. I want to go to Alaska. It's nice.
You can go visit
I
Far
freeze to
North
death.
Life.
You're in third
That's pretty,
degree.
man. Just can't go. I wouldn't recommend going when it's like dark all the time, though.
He said do Clean window graphics that you can change out once a quarter. Stay fresh and keep up with your changing business.
Sounds like you guys need to talk to Mr. Bill.
Seems like it.
Yeah. I gotta get me some too.
I was gonna say if you can do it for around 100 for the window graphics and 600 your budget, that gives you some room to play with for the road sign. If you choose to do that, I
Yeah.
imagine if it's light up, I don't know how often you what you plan on using it for, but
Yeah. Well, we're kind of good already, is I think for the most part, because the thrift store next door, but they're hardly never open when they do open. But when they are open, I mean, the parking lot is flooded with traffic. I mean, cars.
really,
So, I mean, that's already kind of a benefit to us. She said, shh, we don't know if they're over there.
Our walls are so thin.
Hey, Nate, Drifter Thrifters, man, we got from one extreme to the other. Nate's probably about 95 degrees where he's at over there in Australia right now.
yeah, he says that he's at a yard sale as we speak.
There we go. He's Tom Cruise.
It's about to be my bedtime.
I know. I was like, yeah. Can you go on? And that should be fun, though. You have to get a stuffed parrot to put in the window, then you can just spoof on Craigslist.
My daughter's got a fish tank for Christmas. We're gonna have fish.
What kind of fish?
Probably just goldfish.
Yeah,
Shark. I'd like to get a shark.
Shark?
Yeah.
Nice.
It won't ever happen, but I'd like to have
We
one.
ain't careful. We'll have all sorts of animals in here: turtles, rabbits.
A goat. My daddy's, what is it to him? His sister-in-law has a goat, but they got it when it was a baby and they raised it around their dogs and stuff. So this goat thinks it's a dog, but it's an inside goat. Like it's house trained and everything. It's goat. Pygmy goat weighs about 50 pounds, but now it won't go to the bathroom or nothing. Sleeps in the bed like a little dog.
Yeah.
That's
What in the
goat.
world?
My friend had one of those little pygmy goats. They just jump around. It was always in your face.
Yeah.
I stayed inside and it was potty trained and all that stuff.
Marie said the kind you eat on the goat.
I ain't a real big fan of goat. Or is it lamb?
They should say y'all gonna have some white perch in your aquarium.
Right now, knowing what's going to be in that aquarium.
Hey, probably if you got some bass in that aquarium, you get some people coming in around there where you are at.
Mm-hmm.
I just go out to the ditch and get them little brim and throw it in there.
There you go.
Sean knows about that animal life.
More power to you, Sean.
Yeah, I think he said his nephew keeps a goat and a chicken in his house. Wow.
I wouldn't want to clean that up.
Negative. Yeah.
But I think fish would be cool to have in here. Kids would like to look at it.
Yeah.
We don't need no more type of crabs or anything because I'd be the one stuck cleaning the cage.
Yeah, I had crabs one time.
Not them type of crabs. Let's just get that out there.
Hey, remember that is funny though. I remember that show. The goat on Sanford and Son that Julio had. Yeah, that's funny. Oh, Sanford and Son. That's what my mom said my shed looked like the first time she came in. So you got Sanford and Son in here? I got some hubcaps in here and stuff. She's like, what's going on?
Yeah. It's going to be a fun adventure. Either way.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it, man.
Find some storage units, man. They're hard to come by around here right now.
Well, the ones we went to were crap.
I mean, a lot of the storage units now, they're just doing online because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
I mean, the closest ones I found even remotely upcoming and anytime near us is like
Tennessee, isn't it?
75 miles away one way, and they're all online auctions with like one or two pictures, maybe, you know.
That's tough.
Yeah, it is. So hopefully something will happen soon. Which we got half a building full already of stuff to put in here for, you know, to sell. But I would like to get more.
Well, you want to keep enough inventory to keep it full.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, I know I saw where y'all went to that store that we went to during the 411 that has all the yard sales. When that one little dude was buying everything, little Joe Dirt there, he's scooping everything. I was like,
The storage auction.
yeah.
That weird guy that bought them all. When we went to storage auction over here at Tabs.
Oh yeah, man, that guy was twitching something serious.
Yeah, Joe Dirt, man, he's on it.
Hey, more power to him if he wants to clean them things out.
Man, I heard y'all the whole time. They're like, man, ain't no junk in there.
It wasn't, man.
The first one was only half decent, and you could tell they already resold out of it, so it wasn't worth my time.
No, but what I should have bought that first one though, because I was looking at the stuff in the units, you know, that was on like the shelves, you know, where they had it set up. When I should have been looking at the shelves because I need shelves, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I should have got that one just specifically for the shelving unit.
Crazy.
That's another thing we got to try to get is like, you know, the glass display cases, and then
fairly easy to find
shelving for in here for all the junk.
Yeah.
It's shelving's hard to find too. Like store shelving, like this, you know, like good shelving.
Unless you can find a store that goes out of business, but we won't darn good at
Like
it.
our shelving unit we're wanting to use in here is completely different than what most people use for eBay, you know. With eBay stuff, you can put it in a barrel and put it on like a wire shelf or plastic type shelf.
Now you need gondolas, like the ones
I'm
that.
gonna build some for in here,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, if you find a store going out of business, I mean, shoot. If you were closer, I know where there's like a 24-foot gondola right now.
That's how that big white shelf we got was from a Goodies that was going, you know, the outlet store was going out, and they had a bunch in there, and they were only like, how much we get for that big one? It was like $100 for that great big one.
We got it when they were 75% off.
And they had a bunch more, and if I should have bought them then and just stored them, but at the time we didn't know we were planning on opening a shop right now, you know.
And they're kind of a pain to take apart and put together.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, Annie, good to see you. There we go. Yeah, they I'll tell you what, man, if you need stuff, you need to make a trip up here to me.
I need stuff.
Well, it wouldn't be right now, Eric, because knowing my luck, we'd get the car and start taking off, and that would be it for
I
me.
want to come up there though soon. Maybe here coming up we can go fishing or something. Like
yeah,
fishing.
we got I mean, I told you, like, you'd need to rent a U-Haul. I told you about that deal. Like, we'll see. The next few weeks for me, I mean, obviously that wouldn't be good for y'all, but another little baby on the way. But
yeah, I'd be halfway there and something happened. She'd be on her way.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you'd have a little car here.
We got to get another vehicle now.
Our kids just be squished in the back seat.
I had my.
You ain't for minivan life there.
Hey, Eric, it takes money to buy a minivan.
Yeah,
Dude, new cars right now, they're like, for a new minivan, like $50K.
see.
I'm looking to probably trade in our car, but it's almost paid off, so it's really not pointless to do that.
Yeah.
And it's got a new engine.
Plus, it's just got a new engine in it, so.
You guys sound tired.
I am tired.
Wore out.
It is. It's hitting 8 o'clock down there on y'all, so.
Which we
Growing this baby is making me tired.
we all just getting over a sickness too.
No, y'all are. I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's funny,
Yeah.
Courtney. I was thinking the other day, the last time we had you guys on the show, I think that's when you first kind of started dabbling in the YouTube stuff. And I was like, we watched the progression with that too, like to see how now you like. There's times where you're like, okay, Colton, you kind of just take over. I was like, which is cool to see before he's begging you to come on the camera, saying, just come on over here. Like,
That's man trying to do that even with me starting off, and I know y'all was the same way. It's hard, man.
yeah,
Like getting in front of that camera talking.
It takes
Hard.
time. You grow into it, I should say.
yeah.
Nah,
I
I
mean,
don't.
everybody. You look at the wrong end of the camera, or you're like constantly looking over here. Say it over there. Yeah, good.
I'm at the point where I can care less what people think.
Well, I'm
I'm
glad we started it where we started it though, with the reselling and eBay, and
Yeah,
because y'all know how great this community is, and a lot of the resellers in here are super forgiving. Like if you don't have any edits or your edits are bad, nobody ever says anything. If your audio's bad, nobody cares,
Well, there's a few.
So I'm glad we started it when we started YouTube. We started it for the reselling, to
yeah.
learn what we're doing.
Well, Sean, she could be here Tuesday. We will know more Tuesday.
Mm.
Exciting.
Yeah, that's my next doctor's appointment, so we will know.
Mm.
I hope they got good food in that hospital. They're gonna have me locked up in there for 2 days.
Mm.
Hospital food was all right when I had Allie, but that's been 12 years.
Hmm.
So, what's the kids thinking with the new one coming?
Lily wants to know when she's going to be here already.
I think it'll really hit them whenever she's here.
Yeah, I'm sure Lily should be like, I got a new baby doll.
Yeah, she's like, I can play with her now. I was like, she's not going to want to play with you, honey. She's going to be asleep most of the time.
Yeah.
We hope she's asleep.
You sleep through the night anyway.
You hope she's asleep.
Oh,
I don't
man.
Mm. Man, I'm excited. I dread it though, because I got an issue. What kind of issue would you call it?
I don't know. What issue you talking about?
Like I'm a compulsive worrier. Like my first daughter, Allie, like I don't worry about her as much. Like if she's sick or anything, I know she's tough, so I know she can. Whatever happens to her, she'll be fine.
But you weren't here when she was born, though.
But Lily, like if she coughs, man, I'm like ready to take her to the emergency room. Like I freak out. So I don't know how to do with this one.
Maybe just
Like I worry
worry
bad.
wart.
Is there a reason why you're so like different with the both of them?
I think it's because he wasn't even in the States when Allie was born.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, because I guess because I was away from Allie a lot because I was deployed. And I know she can take care of herself. I know she's tough. I don't know, but if she's sick, I still worry about her.
But he's
like
not as paranoid.
But I know she's got a good head. She's tough and she's older.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if this other baby, if I'll be worried. Like,
You will.
sleeping. I got like a owlet thing. It goes on her feet, so it like monitors her heartbeat all night and it alarms if anything her breathing changes.
Sure, yeah.
But you got to turn it off when you feed her, or it'll set it off because she's sucking the air through the bottle. I could see that happening, it going off, and he'd wake up and think something's wrong.
You don't have
That would
everybody
be
in
my
the car for you.
It was a test goal and you passed.
I'd be surprised if he could even hear it. He sleeps like the dead.
I do.
Yeah. Out when you're out.
I'm
Yeah, it's
not.
kind of crazy to see like Sam, now kind of moving in the next stage. you guys starting over the new stage. But
Yeah, our oldest is 12, middle one's 6, and this one will be born. 6 years in between.
wow.
So like, yeah, that's not too bad. They were like, I don't know if I want to start over again. I need time.
They grow up quick before you can blink of an eye. They'll be driving,
Sure.
back talking.
He's already back talking me now.
It's worse.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. The way he goes blah 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 feels hurtful. I'm like, I think you're cussing. I think you're baby
No,
cussing.
he's trying to talk to you.
Around my oldest daughter, she got kind of mouthy, and smart alecky around at 9, 10. But it's amazing to me just watching over the past year how much she's grown up, because now, like in the past year, she has matured a lot. So, I'm amazed by it. It blows my mind how fast a year can do something. Now she's like into the taking care of her body, taking care of herself, makeup, like crossing the line from a baby, little kid to an adult.
She passed that stage a long time ago.
So that's cool. That's cool to be able to see,
Sam, your time is coming.
Can't wait.
Yeah. You ain't got long for Ezra will be running around.
No, I was telling Christina, I was like, it's no wonder like kids, their first word is like no. Like I freaking say no to him like 20 times in an hour.
Yeah.
No, don't touch that. No, don't stick that power cord in your mouth. No, don't stick your fingers in that electrical socket.
Yeah.
I'm like, just let it happen. He'll never learn.
Hey Sam, they got covers that go in them outlet covers.
No, I got him plugged in. I'm just saying he doesn't do that stuff. It's more like he pulls the rope from the cat tree, and while he watches the cats play, he sticks a rope in his mouth. He likes to do that kind of stuff. Yeah.
It could be worse.
I keep their heads in their tablets and their like Nintendo Switches and
electronics.
Which they've been doing these YouTube challenges with me on my other channel, so that's been fun. That gives us something to do together, and it's fun, film
That's
it.
good.
So hopefully before long they'll be YouTube stars. They'll be making their own.
Hey, did you see? Your kids already play like the old Nintendo. I saw Dave Tesla Picker the other day that he broke out the old school Nintendo, and his kids like, "What is this?" Like they're trying to play it. They're like, "Why is it so slow?" Like they're messing with the original Nintendo. I was like,
It's honestly not though compared to the load times that we have now.
yeah, it's funny. See that? Yeah, your kids are like. They're definitely a lot more. Even Allie, like I see her more comfortable around the camera than what originally.
Here lately, they wanted to do like videos with him constantly, like every day. Can we do a video? Can we do a video? I'm like, I'm not doing them. I can only do so many.
That's fun. Yeah, they like to see you doing all that crazy stuff.
I'll do some more after she's born, but what he's wanting to do is. I can't necessarily do it or want to do it right
for
now.
my research, like pain type videos do really, really well. Like people getting hurt, like Houston Jones type videos, the Bell Life type videos. And like that last video we did where my brother was hitting me with a belt and stuff, like that video did pretty good for
it did better than me.
That little channel. But I can't do that kind of stuff with my kids because you can't hit your kids, you can't subject them to pain, like if I'm sitting here getting beat. But so we can't do that kind of videos with them. So we're having to find other stuff that's suitable for them and challenge type videos. Because if you look at challenges and challenge videos, most of them are dangerous, Yeah. So we're having to tiptoe around all them because I don't want neither one of them to get hurt in anything we're doing,
Right.
So I get stuck doing them after Crimson's born.
I tried to get her the other day to get I was gonna do the crown of thorns and have her mashed down on my head and then beat me with like a wad of briars.
I told him I didn't want to pick out splinters.
But she said, "Oh, that'll get infected and you'll die."
I didn't say that. I said I would be the one to pick out every little thorn.
Yeah, for those of you guys that don't know in the chat, they have another channel called Dixie Roots, and there is no telling what you're going to see them do over there. So,
man, that video with Brandon there, whenever he was hit me with the belt, we were doing the comparison. Like I told him before the video, I was like, "Now don't hit me 100% because I don't want to die, And that joker was hitting me wide open, like horribly.
I mean, he is your brother. Like,
but then after he was like, "This hurts me more than it hurts you," and I'm like, "That's exactly what I was feeling when I beat you with the sticks."
So, but Brandon's younger than you, or older than you?
He's older.
Yeah. Yeah, I started to say it's probably payback, but probably not. It's probably continued progression.
Something.
But that other channel, we're gonna do stuff like that, and hopefully before long we're gonna do some prank type videos. Like I'm gonna take the fart spray like into Walmart or something, and like crop dust people, and then hidden camera film the reactions.
And that stuff stinks.
You know what I mean?
If y'all haven't done it, one spritz goes a long way.
Yeah.
A long way.
Prank calling like we're 12. Do some of that.
Hey, you should there's a guy, what's his name? He does prank calls. It's hilarious. Like I've listened to a bunch of them. It's on YouTube, but it's just like he has a CD or whatever out.
Yeah, I watched a few of them guys today. I've been watching that Ed Bassmaster hit Craigslist prank calling.
Yeah.
I called some guy. I'm trying to get a bunch of videos, queued, so whenever we're having the baby, I can release them on that channel. We're only releasing like once a week, every Sunday. And I was going to prank call somebody yesterday, so we're set up in here, and I called this guy off Craigslist with he had like 50 chickens.
55 chickens.
But they were chicks, and I called him, and I was like, asking him how big they are. He's like, they're chicks. And I was like, well, can you eat them? And then he starts telling me all this. He's like, no, you need to wait till they're 3 months. And he's like telling me how he skins them and cooks them. And I was like, I can't be mean to this guy. And so I just sit there and listen and carried on the conversation for like 20 minutes about chickens. And because I felt so bad, and I was like, maybe I need to go buy some chickens from this guy now.
You would definitely tell if you sprayed fart spray in this store. Done it and it lingers for 2 days.
No, she's saying that would be a good prank to film people in our own shop.
But I'm saying though, here it would linger for 2 days.
I think she goes to some funky smelling thrift shops. That's what
I'm gonna prank people when they come in here shopping. Just they don't have to deal with it.
I'm just saying though, I think I'd rather smell a real fart than the fart spray.
Hey Chris, good to see it.
That's saying something. Hey Shorty.
Oh man.
Okay, Chris, we still love you.
Yeah, several people have dropped y'all's link for Dixie Roots, so if you haven't seen, you can go check that out as well. Yeah, some of that stuff, that crank stuff you see is pretty wild. I was thinking when you were talking about the dude with the chicken, I was thinking about that guy from Napoleon Dynamite when he goes and works at the chicken house. What are we having for lunch? Eggs. Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah, that's Lady Luck Junk, the head bass. Yeah, I love that guy. He's hilarious.
Jack Bell's pretty funny with his pranks too. It gets crazy. You never know what you're going to see on that other channel.
Pretty wild. So obviously, probably the next time we see you guys, y'all maybe Courtney will lost some weight quickly.
I'm hoping. I've gained lot more than what I wanted to with her.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah,
I
it
gained weight.
doesn't take
I
much.
gained weight when my wife was pregnant. I wasn't even the one pregnant.
Because when she starts craving stuff and you get her these sweets, you always got to get you the same thing,
Oh yeah, yeah. Sympathy.
I'll eat with you, so you ain't got to eat alone.
But then after I eat it, I'm like, ooh. Then you go to the doctor and you're like, oh dear God, I need to lose some weight.
Yeah, Roy D. Mercer, man. His cassette tapes do good on eBay too if you can find them. Sure do.
What's that? Squirrel went to church or something? Isn't
No, that's Ray Stevens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Roy D. Mercer's How Big a Boy Are You? Right?
Yeah. I think so.
I was trying to find the name of that guy that I was talking about, but I'll figure it out. I'll send you a message. All right, guys. Well, we're actually getting pretty close because I told Jimmy we're going to pitch for his show as well because they're starting. It's tonight, Jimmy, right? I think he's still in the chat. So if you want to drop the link, one of you guys that has a chat will get people to head that direction here shortly. And we'll give you guys a chance. If y'all got anything else you want to share, what's going on, what's coming up next for y'all. I mean, obviously you've shared a lot of that, but we'll
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's really coming up next. Probably next will be just our normal videos until the baby gets here, and then after that, hopefully get the shop open and some auctions.
I haven't really craved anything crazy. Not really.
No, you hadn't really, have you?
Not like I did with Allie. My first one was watermelon and marshmallow.
I've been having some cravings. I'm gonna have to go to Taco Bell after we leave here.
Oh man,
I don't want more Taco Bell. I just ate Taco Bell.
chicken all the way 2 times.
Got to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm headed out in the morning early myself.
So, I have a big trip.
Yeah, headed to the cold.
How far of a drive is that for you?
It's 10 hours. So
how many?
About 10. Yeah.
That Thanksgiving dinner in a blender actually wasn't that bad. I actually tried Coachins. It wasn't that bad. It's not something I would normally eat, but it wasn't enough to make me sick. Like, it wasn't bad to me. But then after he hurled on his plate and then ate around it, that kind of ruined it for me.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah.
Emily says no plans, just a life-changing event.
No big deal.
But,
Yeah, next time you see us, we may have crimson.
No,
Mike, I never know Poconos. That's where we're going.
Next time she sees us.
Oh.
Poconos. All right, guys. Well, Sam, you got anything? Final.
Sorry, baby's in the background.
Yeah, I heard it. He was wanting to get his last little shout out in for you.
Christina saying it's like he only wants to talk when I'm live streaming.
Yeah.
Hey, he wants to be part of it, Sam. Let him be part of YouTube. Marty Murdoch.
I mean, it's about time he starts paying rent. I mean, get to work.
Hey, Danica, that's truth right there. We actually do that. You put your leftovers, wrap it in an egg roll, and fry it.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
You
you stuff it. Hey, then you take your cranberry sauce and mix it with soy sauce. Yeah, and dip it in. It's good.
I don't eat cranberry sauce.
Oh, man.
I don't eat a lot of things.
Yo, that reminds me. I got a can of cranberry sauce still in my cabinet.
Dude, I'm telling you. If you mix it with soy sauce, man, it makes an awesome dip for like those turkey egg rolls. Yeah.
Look at Courtney. She's like, no, you lost me at cranberry sauce.
I'm telling you, man.
Our diets are very limited.
Yeah,
You're
it's surprising.
You can eat whatever you want. I'm just tired of eating the same thing when you order it. I'm burned out on chicken, y'all. Like I could stand not to look at another piece of chicken.
That's all we eat.
All those things.
Of course, that is basically that or hamburgers. All there is around here. Eric knows.
Yeah. I went to the Mexican restaurant when we were there.
We can't afford that place, man. That's high stuff.
Yeah.
We don't kind of people.
Dude, you better pack a lunch when you come here. Nah, we'll look out for you. Yeah, it's weird for me traveling other parts of the country because our food like is, it's not cheap to go out to eat. We don't eat out much. So.
Well, I mean that's kind of a touristy place.
Yeah, yeah.
Ours is a little dinky town.
Yeah, I like going to the country because the food is like you can eat out. It's not that much.
We went through McDonald's drive-thru the other day, and as I paid the lady, handed her my card.
Don't tell the story.
She closed the door, but didn't close it all the way, And she told the lady who was standing next to her, she said, "We got to do something about these roaches." And she picked up a bottle and smashed one.
I say, "Hey, can you make sure my burger is roach free?"
But then go straight to the house and eat them.
Yeah. It's funny. Me and my brother-in-law one time we were in Raleigh, and they have like near NC State. They have an old IHOP. It's an old IHOP, and man, we went in there, and dude, we're sitting there, and she brings the syrup over, and I pick the syrup up, and there's a roach come crawling out from behind the syrup, but he was kind of like stuck. He's like barely moving. I was like, what is this? That's right after she dropped the pancakes on the table. I was like, I hear you.
Grace said our town's bigger than this.
Oh, man. Yeah, y'all's town's huge compared to us.
No, not really. They don't pass out napkins very well for us. I think the last time we didn't get any napkins when we ordered KFC the other day.
Let's see.
Got any chicken livers?
He eats them. I don't eat chicken livers.
Some chicken livers, man.
I'm with you, buddy.
I don't do frog legs either.
Mm.
Give me some hot sauce and ketchup.
I love liver.
Y'all are gross.
I like pickle.
Y'all animals.
I got a jar of pickled eggs the other day and couldn't get my kids to even try them jokers. Missing out.
I don't eat eggs.
I like pickled okra.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, hold on. Trying to get Jimmy's thing up, and he's got some music playing. He's more professional than I am. All right, guys. Well, I guess we're going to dip out of here, and we appreciate all you guys for coming and hanging out. Feel free to drop on over to Jimmy's if you're there. Old School Flips. And thank you guys, Courtney and Colton, for coming on.
Thank you, guys.
We enjoyed it.
Hanging out with you guys as always. So we'll do that. Looking forward to hear of the arrival of the little one.
Smooth sailing with the baby.
Yeah. I mean,
Get lots of rest. Colton, get her a glass of water.
Yeah, I promise just call Sam if you're there at the delivery and you need some help. He knows what to do.
Yeah. Call somebody.
You want to go with the old school triangle formation, or the basket is always good. Just anticipate it like catching a football on a really rainy day.
I got it.
Not something he needs to keep in mind. Okay, when we hospital. There's no way I want to do that without some painkillers. Okay, numb from the waist down.
Man,
Your wife is like a godsend to do that.
wow,
All right.
it's crazy. All right, thank you guys. Appreciate everybody being here.
Bye.
Yeah, have a good night.
Don't break